Closed guard is honestly one of my favorite places to be when I'm on bottom. When I'm on top, I prefer not to be there, right? Because if you think about it too, closed guard is essentially like a mirrored mount, right? So like if Blake was to mount me here, right? I'm in between his legs, say I oompa out of here, and then now, same, but different, right? So that's something to keep in mind is that when you're in mount, like if you notice like Roger Gracie, whenever he's in mount, he had control. Whenever he was in closed guard, he had control because he was always in between, the person was always in between the legs as well as the legs are above the hips, right? So my legs are essentially out of play.
Hey, Sock right here. I'm sorry for interrupting you watching this video. I have great news. You can watch at Atos Jiu-Jitsu on demand right now, 100% free. You go in the weekly series. We have like pretty much courses every week about the techniques that we teach here at Atos headquarters. Go there right now in the description below, click on the link, and then you're gonna go straight forward to our weekly series category. And then right there, you're gonna click and you're gonna watch the first class, 100% free, 100% free, okay? And please, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, okay, on our channel. And I appreciate that. Keep watching. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Us.
What we're gonna work first today, I really want us to really focus on is breaking and controlling posture. Because a lot of times people are in closed guard and they're just trying to just pull. But there's like, a lot of it's timing. Like I'm not the biggest guy, but I feel really good in closed guard just by the timing of how I break the posture, okay? So today we're gonna work hand fighting from closed guard, and then tomorrow we're gonna go into like start attacking from closed guard. Maybe depending on how you guys feel today and how you guys look, I'll give you guys a submission today. But yeah, so let's do this. So what are some things I can do on bottom to control my person on top? Like if I'm here with Blake, like what are some ways I can break his posture? What do you guys think? Legs is, that's the most important, the key thing to take away today, guys, is the use of your legs. So the legs are there. I'll go dive into more why the legs, or what about the legs. Okay, what else? What else can I do?
Open the elbows.
One more time. Knees to chest, open the elbows. My elbows?
His elbows.
His elbows, right? What else? Right, so another thing too to remember, guys, is if he has a grip, I have a grip too. So if he has my sleeve, right, I can still bring him forward. So I don't want you guys to always think that you have to like break the grips to win. Of course, if he's here, I'm gonna try and circle inside and get a more dominant grip, okay? So one thing I really like to do, and again too, if we were to rotate this way, if you notice, Blake's butt is to his heels, right? So he's very limited on what he can do with his legs. So to posture up, to stand up, he needs to do what? He needs to lean forward. So that's the time that I use bringing the legs and knees to the chest. That's how those two work together, okay? Now another thing too is paying attention to his arms. If his arms are out, it'll be easy for me to circle inside. If his arms are in, it'll be easier for me to close his elbows. So if his elbows are out, right, it'll be easy for me to then go here. If his elbows are in, his elbows closer to the center line, so if I could do both, that would be easier for me to then get to here, okay? What do I like to do? If he holds my sleeve, I always like to go to a wrist lock, right? So if he holds same side sleeve, I bring his arm to me, and then I'm gonna go essentially like a rear naked choke at the wrist, and then I open my palm to his thumb, and then I try to close here and wrist lock. I don't finish the wrist lock from here. Why is because his elbow can go to his chest here. So what that'll do, it'll neutralize the wrist. So what I like to do here is as I bring his elbow at an angle, I want to try and get his elbow to like the right side of my center line. So once I'm here, now I bring my knees to my chest. And now I can then finish the wrist lock here, okay? Now what that can do too is it can threaten his wrist lock or grip break. So if I go here, he doesn't like that, he'll probably let go. Now I can start going to something else. So that's one way I like to break the grip. If he goes cross sleeve, I'll never go towards the thumb. I always circle and I go towards the pinky. And the same thing here too. I'm not just gonna pull just my arm. I have to utilize bringing him forward. Okay? Let's see what else. We also mentioned opening his elbows. Here, bowing his elbows out. But do I just bow my elbows? No, I need to then bring my knees to my chest. Okay? You guys have that one too where like say he grabs the same side sleeve, right? It's like an old school one where like you can like bring this back, right? Oh, sorry. No, I can go this way here. Where I bring this back and I swim. And I go here. That's like an old school one to trap the arm. Again, if his elbows are closed, it's easier for me to grab the grip, grab the collars, and then bring my knees to my chest. Now, once I'm here, I never control towards the shoulder or the wrist. Only time I'll control the wrist is if it has nothing on my belt or grip here, then I'll go same side or cross wrist, and then same side tricep. And that'll be easier for me to then guide the arm, okay? Another thing I like to do too when I'm in close guard is like when I try to get to the collar, sometimes it's really far, right? Or sometimes he has his hands on the collar or hands on my belt or like pushing against me so he maintains his posture. So what I like to do is I like to climb the rope. So if I want this collar grip, right, my left hand's gonna go over my right hand, it's gonna swim inside here, underneath his arm. Now once it's here, I'm just gonna climb 1, 2, 3. Or even however many counts it takes, you're climbing the rope. Okay? So hold it here. Yeah. So even here, like, don't let me break your posture. Okay? And then look, this is the beauty about like me climbing the rope, is once I reach a certain point, right? You see his elbow bent here. Now it'll be easy for me to flare out my elbow. And now look, I'm right under here. Now if he tries to close his elbow, it's difficult. And now imagine me pulling my knees to my chest and then getting him to here. Okay? So that's another way I like to break the posture. What else? So let's say we're hand fighting. Okay, so right now we're trying to see who's gonna win the grips. Okay? So this is how the drill's gonna go. You guys gonna be here, right? Just don't let me. If you guys control the posture, reset. Okay? And all he's trying to do is just hand fight, not letting me control the posture. I'm gonna do one thing, and then I'm gonna do another thing after that and see if you guys see the difference. Okay? Okay, and then now we stop. So rest, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we'll go again. Keep going. You see, what was the big difference between the two? In the legs, right? So, on that note, and I don't know if you guys too, I don't know if you saw me exchanging grips, right? He went to my sleeve, I circled, I was pulling the tricep, he posted on my shoulder here. Like, that's what I really like a lot about this is like, I go here and I bring my knees to my chest, he posts. His hand is high, so I can swim inside. And then now I just pop. Now I can use my legs. Okay? So that's pretty much like basic, like close guard. I would say like close guard etiquette, right? So the person on top, just getting hand fighting, person on bottom. I want you guys to really recognize the difference between just using your hands and your arms in your upper body, and then utilizing the leg pull as well. Okay? You got it? Again, we're drilling. All right, don't go hard. 1, 2, 3.